Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Please, as you join, hit your share button. As you join, hit your share button. As you join, hit your share button. Ladies and gentlemen, hit your share button. All right, let's hit your share button. Hit our share button so that we don't have. Okay, today we're gonna start with the World Boxing Championship that was held yesterday, and we saw the French Cameroon La République boxing champion who went into fight with the world champion for the first time. You know, we want to congratulate him. Ngannou proved his worth. He was really making a case because he has never fight in the boxing. You know, he has been fighting in the kickboxing category. So, but that fight of yesterday was a proof of his ability to, you know, yeah. So let's take a short look at the fight and we'll come back.
Tyson Fury barely.
So as you can see from the fight, Ngannou lost the fight. Okay, Ngannou lost the fight, and you can understand that most of the competitions, most of the things that La République competitors are going, they are failing, right? And you know, sometimes they don't understand. You know, when you have an issue in your country that you don't want to solve it, okay. Ngannou tried. He went 10 rounds, you know, with active Fury. You know, he knocked down Fury. He did whatever he can. You know, he was never scared in the ring. He busted Fury's face. You saw the fight. You know, lost. You know, he lost even by split decision. Right, lost the decision by just a point. Right, but that is just to tell you that if there's an issue in your house, okay, no matter what you do, you always be having that disappointment. Okay, the victory that you seek should not be the disappointment of another person. Okay, La République, they are there, they are killing our people every day. Okay. I just like the inspiration that he used yesterday and Ngannou used. You know, as a lifelong boxing fan, you know, I like boxing. You know, I watched it, but I'm genuinely still shocked by the fight. You know, the way Ngannou fight. You know, but at the end of the day, it's not easy when you winning a champion like Fury. First of all, it wasn't easy, right? You know. All respect to Fury for risking his legacy for this, because I knew Fury will do whatever he can, and you know. But looking at what happened, man, Ngannou put on a good fight, right? Ngannou put on a good fight, okay, and that's why we are just saying that whatever you do, try to put as a sportsman, right? Try to use your title, use your fame to bring peace in your country, to bring justice in your country. Okay, Ngannou is not doing that. You know, if I was in his shoes, I will not be going around, you know, taking all those photos and all those things around with people, and okay, but what struck me more was the fact that even DW Africa was saying that Cameroon French professional boxer. So that is what we have to understand. Ambazonians are not part of what was going on yesterday. So this is a German newspaper, okay, making it clear, okay, there are mixed reaction as Cameroonian French professional boxer. Okay, so it is in most of the events now, people know that there are two Cameroons. Okay, so that is what we wanted the world to understand, and the world is getting to understand now. All right, they know. That's why we have Ambazonian boxer too, right? We have our own boxer. That's why when he goes out to box, he has the Ambazonian flag with him, right? He doesn't use the La Republic flag when he goes out for his championship. Okay, that is a good thing, because when you go out and you use things that are not your own identity, okay, it doesn't sit well. Okay, it doesn't sit well, and that's what we want to make the world to understand, that Ambazonia is not La Republic. Okay, before people they don't understand. Okay, so today we're gonna talk about what is the importance of a government to a movement. Okay, the importance of a government. We want to talk about this because a lot of people don't understand, and they want to make people believe that the government is not important. Right? I'm going to bring up Tibor Nagy, and he's going to tell us his take about that. Okay? Yeah. So okay, so let me okay. So we're going to be talking about the government. Okay, we want to bring out what we understand the importance of government, okay, in the struggle. All right. So for the past 7 years, you know, there have been people who are on the idea that government is not important. Okay. And I want us to understand that we have been preaching good governance, restoration. We have been preaching all this, but there are people who did not see it the way we saw it. Okay. Good governance is the number one aspect that people are looking when they want to support any movement, right? Nobody want to come and support groups that they are not sure. Nobody want to support something that they don't know about, okay? Or they don't want to support something that will not have an ideology that will be in line with a democratically elected something, okay? And at the end of the day, when you look at what is happening in the most countries today, you can understand why countries like Hamas, groups like Hamas, right, are not still recognized today, right, as a legitimate organizations, right? The PLO, okay, all these group, Al Qaeda, and all these groups that they are trying to help their countries, but they are not being recognized because they don't have a democratic agenda. Okay, if you look at their memo, what they are doing, it's not in line with what a country can come and support. Okay, and that is one aspect that we have to understand, because we have that tendency of taking into advantage that oh, okay, we are just fighting a crisis. We just want to liberate our country. Then when we reach Boya, they were gonna go back to, we're gonna see how. Man, you want somebody to come and support you when you are not organized? Okay, it is very difficult, because countries cannot come and support us when we are just disunited. Then you want them to support you like that as groups. This one just go and form their own groups. Anybody's forming groups, then you want countries to come and support you like that? No, please, let's be honest. Okay, when you restore something, what do you think is the meaning of restoration? Because when we see things that say, oh, restore, right? Restoration will not mean that, oh, it's a oh, okay, let's just leave it like that first, and when we reach Boya, we're gonna do this and do that. When our parents had their governments, didn't you see the world taking them serious until they were recognized? Had it been Indeli was having his own group, Joa was having his own group, Foncha having their own group, this one having their own group and group, then, man, come on. When we are trying to make sure that we have an institution, it become like a baseline towards a true constitutionality of our country, because that is what make country support you. Country will not support you when you are disunited. Okay, let me bring Tibor Nagy, and you listen to his own idea. Okay, these are things that we have to understand is going on. Okay, take a listen to Tibor Nagy.
The question about the interim government, can the idea of an interim government for Southern Cameroons in the diaspora scare foreign governments from supporting the course?
So that's one. On the interim government, here's the problem. If there is one interim government that the great majority of the community recognizes, that is a point of strength. If there are several interim governments and they all present themselves as an interim government, then that is a huge point of weakness and confusion. And the international interlocutors will look at that as just waste of time, number one, and a reason not to get involved. So that's why my first point in talking to this group was the importance of unity. If not unity of process, then unity of outcome. Because every single group in the diaspora and on the ground should be willing to walk into a foreign minister's office together and say, we all want the human rights violations to end. We want rights. We want them to have their linguistic dignity. We want them to have exactly the same access to justice, government services, education, school, hospitals that other Cameroonians have. They are not getting that now, so we need your help for us to achieve that.
The question about the interim government, can the idea of an interim government for Southern Cameroons in the diaspora scare foreign governments from supporting the course?
So that's one. On the interim government, here's the problem. If there is one interim government that the great majority of the community recognizes, that is a point of strength. If there are several interim governments and they all present themselves as an interim government, then that is a huge point of weakness and confusion. And the international interlocutors will look at that as just waste of time, number one, and a reason not to get involved. So that's why my first point in talking to this group was the importance of unity. If not unity of process, then unity of outcome. Because every single group in the diaspora and on the ground should be willing to walk into a foreign minister's office together and say, we all want the human rights violations to end. We want rights. We want them to have their linguistic dignity. We want them to have exactly the same access to justice, government services, education, school, hospitals that other Cameroonians have. They are not getting that now, so we need your help for us to achieve that.
Yeah, that was Tibor Nagy there, and we were talking about the importance of a government, and we are seeing diplomats, not one, not two, not three, telling the interim government and other leaders the necessity for coming together as a united front government. Okay, because the idea that the government is not important, we have heard in the past why some people don't want the government, don't want this, don't want this. But remember back in the days when we moved from consortium to the governing council, from the governing council we moved to the IG, the interim government, and all those. The interim government in the days of Seseko, okay, Sako, and up to now, is the idea of a united front, because the interim government was made up of the Restoration Council, which acted like the assembly, okay, they acted like the National Assembly, and most of the decisions were made from the Restoration Council. That's why the Restoration Council was the one that elected and made those judgments on who is fit to be president. The Restoration Council included the SCAPO, the NCNC, all these groups were members of the Restoration Council. Okay, and today they still make up a very, very vast majority of the groups. That's why I would say, instead of people trying to create something new, something different, it is very, very necessary to fix what you have than to keep multiplying groups upon groups in conferences upon conferences. It does not help the situation, right? Rather than you fixing what you have as an institution, or trying to even respect what you have, because the idea behind these people who claim that they are still presidents and all these things is because they don't respect the Constitution. When you respect the Constitution, you won't go and follow somebody who has been impeached and removed. You still stay behind that person. When you know that the Constitution does not stipulate that, okay, when the Restoration Council took the decision that Seseko Ayub Tabe was impeached, right? The fact that Seseko Ayub Tabe continue his own IG, that is against the Constitution, okay? And when we tolerate all those things in the past, that's how it keep accumulating. Okay, you ask this person, are you a legitimate person? Why are you being removed, impeached, but you still stay as a president? Okay, you see, the resources that we had at the beginning will be curtailed because somebody will still believe you that you are the president, right? The person will still hang there and watching you, say maybe one day things will change, and you are cutting the resources of the struggle, you are cutting the resources, you are making it difficult for a legitimate government to function because you are there like an opposition party. Okay, we don't need opposition parties now. This is not time for opposition parties. We need we cannot be in a struggle where we need resources, we need human resources, we need financial resources. Then people are trying to claim leadership ownership. They want to claim responsibility of things that are not necessary. Do we need to compete among ourselves at this time and point? No. Do we need to say, I am the boss, I am the Alpha and Omega at this time? We have a goal. The goal is to restore that our country that has not been recognized. We restored it in 2017. We are looking towards that recognition of our country now. Okay. But see, listen to what Tibor Nagy said. If you want to restore something, right, then you keep disrespecting the constitution, disrespecting the institution. Then nobody would, if I want to give this example. In law, they say nobody is above the law. Okay? Caesar, what to Caesar? Okay? If you want justice, you should come with clean hands. Don't punish the petty thieves, then allow those thieves up there who are the government officials to roam free. This is the same word we are complaining of La Republique. The same word we are complaining of La Republique, right? The fact that Biya tampered with the constitution, tampered with election, fraud, rigged election, year after year, that's why he's still in power till today. Then we are still doing the same thing. United States, for example, Obama was one of the best leaders you can think of. But did you see Obama going to stay in office after his 2 terms? No, right? Obama did all what he can to respect the constitution. But if you listen to Obama's speech, Obama will tell you that the people love me, I love the job, I want to stay in power, right? But the constitution does not allow me to do that. The constitution does not allow me to do that. That's what Obama made that statement, and some people don't understand that he was saying about himself that there's a constitution, there's a parliament, there are 3 branches of government, right? The legislature, so those 3 branches respect themselves. They don't interfere into, that is why when they have an impeachment, okay, the verdict is respected. Okay, impeachment is not only for the president. I hope we should understand this. When they impeach a president, they impeach other government officials for corrupt charges. So if we think that impeachment is only for the president, no. The idea that if they impeach someone and the person refused to step down, or how do you think we can keep building a country in that kind of way, right? It's very difficult because you people want the other people. When you punish, let's take this simple example. We saw how they publicly executed those 2 guys who they claimed they were blacklegs, right? Why? Because they say they broke the law. Okay. Then contrast it with somebody who is going to implement a tax policy that is not lawful, it's not legal. Who both broke the laws? You consider a blackleg as broken the law, but you don't consider someone who who is trying to collect taxes fraudulently. I mean, when we want to talk about laws, we should know that there is no small crime. Okay, law does not tell you, oh, this crime is small, this one is big. No, you broke the law. And if they want to hold people accountable, they should hold everybody accountable. Today, we are bringing this because we see a lot of people who are just so confused. They don't know that when we restored our country in 2017. Don't forget that before then, you had people like Justice Ebon, who went to the radio station and declared the independence. But he was arrested under the NCSC. He was arrested and jailed and tormented and all those things. But you know why that did not work? Because there was lack of unity. The Scapo, the other people, they did not believe in Justice Ebon, right? Because he was of NCNC, they did not support him. Because this one is from this group, they did not support it. At the end of the day, when we restored that idea of a government, it was to make sure that we respect everything that we put in place. Okay, when we call it interim government, interim constitution, interim, you know, it's because we want to put that in place. People can respect that. Then, if there is things that we need to fix, we have to fix it and keep fixing it. Even the United States, after how many 300 years, how many years, they are still fixing their constitution. But they have 46 president today. Trump was the 45th. Biden is the 46th president. But their constitution is still being amended. You know of the recent LGBT, lesbian and gay thing that's the most recent thing that they added to their constitution. You see, so it's been amended. Okay, but when we have a people that we don't want to respect what we have, we only want that it should come from your own little group that you have. It should come from your group. If you see someone like Ayabacho, right, going to collect taxes for the whole Ambazonia, okay, you don't even have that you know, I mean, you don't. When you do that, what do you think? What do you think? Do you think that it is you that can collect taxes? Let me read what one citizen wrote about that tax collection thing that Ayaba is trying to individually or single-handedly impose on the people of Ambazonia. He said, Comrade Ayaba, you don't own Ambazonia to institute tax policy on our already suffering people on ground zero. Let me read. This is what somebody said. I will advise you living and moving freely, just like in 2017 and 2018, to go to Ambazonia in the diaspora, meet them, and prevent the amber tax policy to Ambazonians in the diaspora and not on, okay, it seems like, yes, you should present the amber tax policy to Ambazonians in the diaspora and not on the dying population at home. Okay, it says, if majority of Ambazonians can adopt it only on the diaspora, only then can it become an amber diaspora tax policy. If not, listen to the people with the understanding that any leader in this liberation war has to be a servant, not a boss, or president or CIC, for we don't have any leader on the battlefield. Okay, you don't just sit in your comfort zone and pass a degree on our people at home as who and what. Okay, yes, the person continues. He continues, he say, answer the Ambazonian people these questions. You pass a liberation tax law or decree on our people at home. Who gave you the mandate, and when and where? That's number one. He said, number two, as who do you decide on behalf of the Ambazonian people to pass a law? Number three, he said, what happens to those who don't have the money to pay for the harassment of forced tax? Okay. Now, the person says, this is the message that was said to me. Okay. Don't set a trap on our boys dying to defend our people and homeland. Because of harassment and kidnapping, our people may turn against our volunteer soldiers, harassing them to pay tax and point them to the enemy to kill them. Ambazonians own this liberation struggle led by our brave volunteer freedom fighters on ground zero. And now the responsibility of the Ambazonian people is to coordinate our brave soldiers under the national flag that they pick up arms to defend our people and homeland. Not to serve or defend or make individuals to be presidents or CIC. All the leaders in the diaspora have failed the Ambazonian people for the past 7 years. Fellow Ambazonian, let's stand together as one people and put up a liberation struggle on the right track. Okay, so this is what somebody is saying. Okay, and when we see this, right, what do we think? It is because the people are watching what you do. Okay, and you may think that you are doing the right thing, but you are at the wrong side of history. Very, very wrong side. Okay, you going to collect this thing, doing this, it doesn't help us. Okay, it doesn't help us. And at the end of the day, people are still saying that this and that. No. Okay, we have to be very cautious with what we do, and we have to be very cautious with what we do. Okay, and we just have series of achievement that the interim government is doing. You saw what Comrade Chris Anu did the other day with the lobbies, and we are trying to make sure that we follow the laws. Okay, for the past 7 years, most of our activists have entered into trouble because La Republique used their lobbies to lobby for the investigation of our activists in America. We had lobbies before, but the past governments did not help to use these lobbies for the function that they were being hired for. These lobbies in the past were being paid huge sum of money to help direct, protect the struggle in America and other countries. And when we see our comrades getting into trouble, these La Republique lobby firms here were being used to investigate, to go into courts, even court cases that does not concern the lobby firm, like the one that La Republique hired with other lobby firm that La Republique has here. They were going into court cases that does not even concern them, and they'll go and put their name there. Is the one that La Republique sent, this is Salai law firm guy. Take for example, Eric Tato had a case for tax and a PPP loan, right? The recent case that you heard Eric Tato was arrested. La Republique lobbyists went right there to the court and was seated there. And you know, when you have a case, anybody can sit in that case. the judge should not be asking you are from where you are. No, the judge only want you to stay quiet in court. But La Republique lobbyists will go there and sit there and engineer that judge to try this person. Okay. Then when you have a case in court, okay, and the judge want to give final verdict, you know that when people, you know, you can support your case with people, the community bringing you like letters to the judge. Oh, this guy has a good record. This guy is nice. This guy is doing well. But the fact that La Republique has lobbies here, right? The work of those lobbies will be to go to this kind of will use this opportunity instead of the judge giving lenient term to someone like Eric Tato, for example. These law firms, these lobbies will go there and destroy the image of someone like Eric Tato, right? I'm just saying, for example, and that's what they are doing, right? See the case of Mangang, okay? The way La Republique was behind that thing, because the law firm here is to destroy any case we have with the legal system in America, these law firms go there and destroy it. Okay, even if it doesn't concern the Ambazonian struggle. The case of Eric Tato, you can see, right? This has nothing to do with the Ambazonian struggle. Is somebody doing his business, he has his own thing he's doing there. But because he has been entrapped in within the annals of the law, this law firm, this La Republic lobbyists will go there and start sending letter to the judge. Oh, this person is this person is this. You see. So we are saying that for the past 7 years, we never had a lobbyist. Now we have one. Why don't we rally behind this lobby? Use this lobby for much use, right? I always like our brother Mark Barretta. He's very observant. On Friday when we had the show, you know, he sent a message. He said Chris Anno, leader of the IG, in a live broadcast has given a good formula for collaborative structure. I must say, okay, that he tried to compare with the Canada gathering too. So, you know, he watched it, and the breakdown of what President Chris Anno was saying on that his speech was to bring all leaders together. Okay, and when you bring leaders together, it helps, right? This is what one person wrote and sent. He said, "Dear all, Chris Anno might turn out to be a messiah after all. This coalition is the real deal." He's talking about the coalition that Comrade Chris is trying to put together. Okay, you know, there are times where when people are trying to do the best thing they can do, there are people who don't just want. Okay, I don't understand if they are really ready for the struggle, and I don't know. So I don't know if the issue is about having something to do with the name of the person, or something to do with. I always say this: when we are doing things in this struggle, you should only appreciate people. Okay, you should appreciate, because somebody who is in this struggle, there are many people who were in this struggle that just left the struggle because they don't like the behavior of one person, they don't like the behavior of this person, they just left. Okay, and you can't go and be getting mad at somebody, because this is not about personal thing. Okay, I don't look this struggle personal to me. No one person can make me angry, because I know they are only contributing their own what they can to the struggle. Okay, this struggle is about Ambazonian people. It's about helping Ambazonian people. Okay, and when you have that Ambazonian leadership, that is, everybody's there. Okay, tomorrow we'll be happy to have a good government, a good country. Okay, diaspora people, there are people who are in the diaspora, but they have not changed their mentality. We have been in so many countries in the world, and we have seen that good government, good governance, anti-corruption, anti-embezzlement, anti-everything are very, very good in place. It helps to make the smooth running of a country. So when we have laws, institutions, these, then we don't respect them. It's just the same thing as a black leg does not respect Ghost Town. I don't understand. If you want to implement Ghost Town in the people back home, but you cannot respect little things that we are doing here. You cannot sit together and respect the laws that you put together here. That is hypocrisy. It doesn't matter whether you are in diaspora or ground zero. If you don't respect the laws, that the interim constitution that we are trying to put together, but you want to force the people ground zero to respect the laws that you are putting for your lockdowns and everything, isn't that controversial? Isn't that hypocritical? Because it is law. It doesn't matter, right? if the community put something together, okay, this is our constitution, this is what we want to use at this time, then people will go there. They don't want government, they don't want this. Then you want to be led in a group. Let me play this again for you to understand how the government needs. Let me listen to Tibor Nagy.
The question about the interim government, can the idea of an interim government for Southern Cameroons and the diaspora scare foreign governments from supporting the course?
So that's one. On the interim government, here's the problem. If there is one interim government that the great majority of the community recognizes, that is a point of strength. If there are several interim governments and they all present themselves as an interim government, then that is a huge point of weakness and confusion. And the international interlocutors will look at that as just waste of time, number one, and a reason not to get involved. So that's why my first point in talking to this group was the importance of unity. If not unity of process, then unity of outcome. Because every single group in the diaspora and on the ground should be willing to walk into a foreign minister's office together and say, we all want the human rights violations to end. We want rights. We want them to have their linguistic dignity. We want them to have exactly the same access to justice, government services, education, school, hospitals that other Cameroonians have. They are not getting that now, so we need your help for us to achieve that.
Yeah, so you just heard from Ambassador Tibor Nagy, and I know people see what others are doing as if it's not coming from their own leader, if it's not coming from someone they love, they will not respect it. Okay, but I always made this. If you watch my other show that I made, I always say this: if you like the Ambazonian anthem, you only sing the anthem because you like the anthem, right? You don't like the anthem because of the person that composed that national anthem. If you want to like that flag that we have, you like that flag, but you must not like the person that produced that our flag. No. Do you care to know the person that produced that flag, or do you care to know the person that produced the anthem that you are singing today? No. But you are seeing the product of ideas from other people. So if you don't learn to appreciate what people are doing, you see golden successes that people are achieving within the struggle. You only hate the thing because of the person. You say, I don't like this thing because you see, oh, it's still Cristiano again. Oh, it's still this person. Oh, it's still. But at the end of the day, look at it at the benefit of the struggle rather than at the benefit of an individual. Because I believe in one thing. This struggle, I just know that we did not start this struggle. We did not start this thing. It only went to another level in 2016. There were people back then who started the struggle. So why do we make it as if it's people who started it now? None of these leaders, I don't have a problem with any of these leaders today, because they did not start the struggle. They just tried to pick up from where it ended. Okay, but we have to give checks and balances so that we don't make those mistakes that we did in the past. That's all we are doing. We don't hate any leader. We don't, we want leaders to do the right thing. We want leaders to do the right thing. If you don't If you don't do the right thing, that's when we say, no, this is not good. This is the same mistake that happened 20 years ago. The same thing that happened this years ago, right? We are still doing it today. We can't be using the same mistake over and over, then you expect different results. So we are correcting these leaders, not because we want to just correct people, no. We are correcting them because we want to have a good struggle so that it should go in the right direction. We are just giving checks and balances. And those checks and balances is what every country does. In America, once the Democrat come to power, the Republicans are there to give checks and balances. If the Republicans come to power, the Democrats become the opposition. They are giving checks and balances. It's good. It's good because if not, that one-party system like we have in La Republic, nobody gives checks and balances. Nobody. All the whole parliamentarians are CPTM. Imagine Dia was the one appointed SDF parliamentarians. You see, that's what happened. And when you see that kind of system where everything is done by one party, is that what you like? No. So we want to be very solid. You know, if we don't follow our constitution, our institution, our government, we don't follow those things, we are going nowhere. Yes, because if we can have like a united front, okay, a coalition of leaders like President Chris Ano is suggesting, it's a good thing. Okay, coalition, even government, there are many government that win election and they form coalition government, right? But those people don't leave their parties. I know some people love their groups, they don't want to leave their groups, yes, but you will not refuse coalition because you want your group to be the dominant group. We don't have any dominant group in this struggle. Forget it. You must form a coalition for us to succeed in this thing. We must form a united front, because what people are trying to do is that they want to talk and they want to do things. You know, when you become this kind of one-man soldier thing, if you don't know, we have seen that for the past 7 years. The groups that don't want to collaborate, they don't want to do that, they cannot do anything. They cannot do anything. All what they can do is just to sit and say they don't want government, because they want people to respect their groups, right? But just listen to a diplomat, Tibor Nagy. He just made it clear that they are seeing us like clowns in the eyes of the international community. But we think that, oh, I am this group, I am this group, I am this. You can do this, you can do this. But you don't know that they see you people as clowns. I'm saying in the word of Tibor Nagy, that's an American former undersecretary of state for African affairs. His opinion is what they are discussing at the State Department. So you can't bring. Let me read what he wrote. It's number 3 obstacle he talked about is the lack of unity in the community, and this may be the most serious obstruction to progress, because only unity can lead to progress. That's what Tibor Nagy said. He said, I'll tell you that the disunity helps those who want to hurt you and hurt those who want to help you. See how we contrasted, right? The disunity helps those who want to hurt you, La Republic. And he says, and it hurts those who want to help you, the international community. The international community seeing you being disunited, it hurts them. But it helps La Republic to say, look at, we wanted to talk with these people, but look, they are disunited. Who do we talk to? Okay, and that was number 1 reason why La Republic succeeded in manipulating Switzerland government and and went to Canada. That was number one reason, because that public gave the impression that the Ambazonian leaders are disunited. That was the impression. And once you give that kind of impression, people believe you, right? They believe that these people are disunited, so they can't work with them. Okay, let me continue what Tibor Nagy said. He said, let me read. I can tell you my own experience when I was Assistant Secretary of State, and I heard about the many delegations coming from the Southern Cameroon community, all with their own interim governments and all with their own proposal. And well, it was a cacophony. There was just no way to listen to it. Listen to it. This is him saying, right? It was a cacophony, right? This person will go, oh, I'm the interim government. This one go, I'm the interim government. This one go, I'm the... Tell me, even if you are the one, you have like 5 men coming that wife is their wife. How can you judge that kind of matter? This one come, that's my wife. This one come, that's my wife. This one, if 5 people come and tell you that that's their wife, how? Okay, let me continue reading. So please, this is Tibor Nagy saying. So please figure out some point of unity, and on that I am encouraged, because I feel that there is unity, because every member of the community wants justice and human right and dignity for the people of Ambazonia. True. That's why we are saying that the coalition of the willing, as Comrade Chris just mentioned, okay, the coalition of the willing, because there are people who only want to be heard as a leader. For the past 7 years, they want to be the boss. They want to be the leaders. They want to be there so that they know, oh, this one is the CIC, Commander-in-Chief. This one is the president. This one is this. But they are doing nothing to the struggle. Nothing. They don't have those titles, then they sleep on it. They have that big titles and they go and sleep on it. But when we are trying to make those changes, bring this thing, people don't want it. They want, oh no, down a thing, down a government, down. Come on. Since 1953, when we had our first government, think of it. If Ndeli, Foncha, Joa, all those governments, if Ndeli won the election and Joa or Foncha refused to concede, or then Foncha won the election, then Ndeli said, no, I'm not leaving, I'm still the president. Tell me, you think that we would have had even that being one of the best democracy in Africa? Southern Cameroon used to be the best democracy in Africa. Think of it. But today, we are the laughing stock of the international community. The laughing stock of the international community. Because they only look at us and they laugh. When we are trying to establish something, people don't want. Everybody wants to be the president. Even those who criticize government, those who criticize government yesterday, today they are the president. They say they want to be president. Every group want to have president, want to have prime minister, want to have president, want to have prime. Come on now. Let's be honest. What are we doing? Are we helping the struggle, or we are not helping the struggle? Let's think. Let's just think like 20 years to come. Think 20 years to come. And think that if we keep doing this thing, if we achieve that boya, I don't think so. I don't think we're going to achieve that boya. With this behavior we have now like this, 20 years to come, it's going to be the same thing like this. We have to change our mindset. We have to change the way we think. Yes. Let's change the way we think. Okay. Think of these people. Think of our refugees. Think of, man, come on. Are we fighting for ourselves? We're not fighting for ourselves. We're fighting for the people. See, if you want these people, look at the amount of, look at these numbers. This is, look how many, look at this number. 84,300 registered. Look at the numbers. These are our people who are out of the country. They fled to Nigeria. They are refugees. And these numbers are only the ones that are in Nigeria. Yeah? Look at the amount of children. 25,000 children. 41,000. Women are 25,000. Look at the numbers. You can see for yourself. But this is what they say. These refugees are located in 5 states: Cross River, Taraba, Benue, and Akwa Ibom. Okay, but these are just the numbers that are in Nigeria. Let's all be clear with this. We have bunch of refugees in Ghana. We have bunch on their way traveling to different countries now. So when we are trying to do things, we have to be thinking of these people. Think of these people that are moving from desert to desert, countries to countries, and we only think of our small group that we have. See the amount of people that are being they're not to talk about people that are internally displaced within Ambazonia, and those that are displaced and went to French Cameroon, La Republique. Then we sit in the comfort of our zone and be arguing about presidency, arguing about a government, arguing about positions, arguing about things that are not even necessary, at the detriment of these people that you see like that, these numbers you are seeing like this. Who are we fighting for? Are we fighting for a president? Are we fighting for a leader? Are we fighting for our group? We have to change that mindset, because what we see today is not what our parents did back then. I am a law-abiding person, a constitutionalist. I'll respect the law of the land. Okay? The law must not favor you. Law is not made for one person. Law is made for the community. So if you don't like it, that's your problem. The law is put for people to respect so that a community can move. But it is amendable as time goes on. But if you don't respect the little one that has been put in place, the interim constitution, the interim government, that is why we have so many governments today, right? Because when they say this is the time for you to leave, and why not just respect the law? And you can even join the government and keep helping. Okay. Look, I always say this. This is the only job I've seen that they don't pay people, but people are fighting to be in the job. Volunteering. I'm telling you, nobody in this struggle makes salary, right? But people want to take positions, and I don't know what for. Because they don't pay you when you are fighting position. Then at the end of the day, you cannot even do the job. You see, my experience in this struggle is that there are many people who have been fighting for position, right? And once they give them that position, they cannot do anything. I'm telling you, that's what I've seen in this struggle. You fight for position, you're not even competent. They'll give you then very soon you start you see, very soon the person will disappear. You don't see the person anymore. They will call him, where is this person? Where is Mr. Chairman? Mr. Chairman is nowhere to be found. So we are just saying that we are volunteers. We are volunteers, we are activists, we are freedom fighters, whatever you want to call yourself, that's your problem. But we have one goal, one mission, to be recognized as a country. So whatever you are doing, if you think what you're doing will prepare the struggle, if you think what you're doing, you're only slowing the struggle, your own conscience will be judging you, because what you're doing, you think that you're doing the right thing, then people tell you this thing is wrong, you don't change, you have yourself to blame. Okay, you have yourself. We are doing what we know is right. Okay, if you think you're doing the right thing, you are having everything in place. You have what you good and fine for you. But President Chris Ano has made it clear he's ready to open up for a united front. Okay, the IG, the interim government, has been incorporated by the lobby firm. The lobby firm just did what we call incorporation. It means that we can operate in all the 50 states in America now without any problem. Okay, legally speaking, because people only think that, oh, we are in a struggle. For the past 7 years, they don't think about the legal implications. Okay, how people went into trouble and nobody to back them, legally speaking. Okay, when you give money to the interim government, right? When you do this, the interim government has the obligation to file taxes, okay, and make sure that you also file your taxes, okay. So the tax system is, in the way that when you give money, you file back at the end of the year, right? So it is a nice system because, and if you give money and you don't have accountability, all right. If you don't have accountability, it doesn't help you. It doesn't help. You see, that's why we are trying to strive for transparency and accountability. Okay, so that we can unite under a common purpose. Okay, free from power mongering. Okay, what President Chris Ano is suggesting is a genuine form of unity and collaboration. Okay, just to free our homeland for a prosperous Ambazonia. This is a very good governing coalition that will facilitate. It will be rotative leadership, so that all leaders will be leaders. As they want to be president, they will be president. It will be rotating. Okay, that's why Comrade Chris is trying to bring this, because I mean, this struggle is not for any individual. It's for the good of all Ambazonians. Okay. So that coalition of the willing means if you don't want to join, fine and good. But all the leaders that have accepted to come, there are many. You have even the IGK, they call it IGK, Yerima. They'll be there, or the Marianta. Everybody will be coming in for this coalition. Even you have NCNC, Elvis Cometa will be. So this is a coalition of the willing. Then they will come. They will restructure the Restoration Council. They will do that. You know, even somebody like Pan Dangam, Augustine Dangam will be there. You know, and that is for the groups that want to belong. If the other groups say, okay, they are independent, they should keep being independent by themselves without the country being recognized. You know, the only thing we can do now is for the members to put down their ego. Leaders should bring down their ego, come down from that high horse. Because when you are a president, you are a leader, you are not leading yourself, you are leading the people. And you have to do what the people want. Yes, you are not leading yourself, you are leading the people. Okay, that's why on the 5th of November, it will be a Sunday. Join us on the 5th of November for this fundraiser for the lobby. You know, the lobby has been doing a wonderful job. I mean, for this short time, you know, and we have major projects to do with this lobby that we cannot tell you people for now, but there are a lot of projects that we're doing with the lobby. You just saw the recent one that Comrade Chris announced on Friday about the incorporation for all 50 states. Okay, because you can do something in some states that you are not allowed to do it, right? And you become entrapped with the law of that state. You don't know the law, because America is very different. It's not like in Europe where you think that everything in America is the same. No, they have federal law, which is the law that has to do with all America, right? Then you have the state law. Then inside states now you have even city laws. You see, going to city laws, you have now town laws. So the complication sometimes, even within a state, Not all the cities have the same police. They don't have the same police force. They don't have the same things that they do, right? Yeah, so that's how it is. So it's very structured, okay? And they respect that structure, okay? That's how, when you look at the system, you say, wow, why can some of our leaders, the worst one to me is somebody who is living in this America, or somebody who is living in a country like UK, or democratically elected governments. You know, if you're in those countries, why can't you just see what they're doing and say, oh, this is good for Ambazonia? Why should you come here and say, no, we don't want the government here? Is there any country that you are in now that only have a government? Oh my God. I mean, sometimes people say things, I don't know if they think. Which country are you people now watching me? I'm sorry, I don't want to be personal with you guys, man, but you people watching me now, the country that you are now, don't they have a government? Don't they have institutions? Don't they have laws that you respect? Why is it that for Ambazonia you don't want to respect the law of Ambazonia? Why don't we want to respect the law of Ambazonia, right? Because we are a country. When you sing your anthem, when you sing, oh, Ambazonia, land of milk and honey, we have given the international community a very good impression about us now, that we are a country. Then they want to turn around, oh, that country, who is the president? Oh, the government? This one goes to see the president, this one goes to see the president. What kind of impression are we giving to the international community? I think we now understand why many countries have not come to our aid, right? I hope now we understand from what Tibor Nagy just said. So if we care, we should keep doing what we are doing for the past 7 years. They will expect different results. Nothing will change. Yes. Okay. This is what somebody wrote. Chris Arno might turn out to be to be a messiah after all. This coalition is the real deal. He's talking about the coalition that Comrade Chris just initiated. He said he has made a magical move that will likely bring IGK and Marianta IG into one with the interim government. Okay, he is even willing to cut short his term of office for election of a new leader. Right? The person says if Yerima wins the election, he becomes the new leader. If Marianta wins the election, fine, he becomes the new leader. If Professor Anyangwe wins the election, fine, he becomes the new leader. Okay, even if Ayaba or Sako decide to contest and wins, they will become the new leader of the interim government. As simple as that. But it doesn't mean that they will dissolve their groups that they want, that they have. No. This is about government of the people, by the people and for the people. It's not about your group now. This is about a common leadership. Okay, you can keep your group. Yes, you are still or your party or whatever name you want to call. That's your problem. But for the good of the people and for the eyes of the international community, we need this type of governance where all this coalition of group come together and form something like this. Okay, when we do this, we'll see a different response from the international community. Okay, and that is what we are trying to envisage will happen in the few time to come. Okay, now let's talk about these guys. Mbela Moki Charles. This guy is an unelected senator, right? He is the one instigating with the Moja. They are instigating this Norway Southwest divide nonsense. Okay, that crap. La Republic have used this thing for a long time. It has not worked. These guys now are taking advantage of that, and we saw some incidences. We don't want to say it's even true, but we heard of some incidences that they are going to people's houses, trying to identify people who are from northern zone or southern zone or not. Please, we are Ambazonians. We stand for Ambazonia. We will die for Ambazonia. That is our motto. We were never Norway's and Southwest before we joined this group. Never. Never. We had our one capital city, Boya. And you even heard Paul Biya saying, right? History has not forgotten that Boya was the capital of Southern Cameroon. Boya was not the capital of Southwest. No. Boya was the capital of Southern Cameroon. So anybody, these criminals they call themselves senators, Melamoki and that one they call him Wonja, Wonja, right? They should stop that nonsense. Yes. They don't own Ambazonia. They are not representing us in the parliament. They are not representing us in the Senate. Because Ambazonian people boycotted the elections because of the present crisis going on. If they cannot help their people to solve the crisis, they should stop imposing themselves on the people. They don't represent us. Our people stand as one. Okay? I want to thank the Bakweri youths. The Bakweri youths who came out and made a statement. I want to thank them. The Bakweri youths disown those illiterates, Moja and Melamuki. They have disowned them. And they pass out that message. Okay? I'm very grateful for those Bakweri youths, okay, for disowning those illiterates. Yes, they disown them. I like that. And that is what we want to see. We want to see the youths taking these people, these old corrupt Melamoki and that what they call Moja. Yes, Moja, the one that is killing people and the government is supporting, and they are still allowing them there. Yes, we don't want them to think that they are doing the right thing when they are instead trying to help the government to kill our people. Okay, and I don't understand. These people are just really crazy. Go to Sonara, go to CDC, go to all these big companies that we have. How many Ambazonians are the directors? Southern Cameroonian Ambazonian has never been the director of Sonara. Never. But that's a company that is in Ambazonia. We have never. Then this Mbelamuki, they will not focus on what they can do with their illiteracy. They spend their time on looking at people that are coming to the Ambazonian, trying to divide Ambazonia. It's just funny, you know. It's just funny that they focus on the petty things, then they allow the serious things that really matters. The billions of CFA that is leaving that our areas there, leaving Ambazonia to La Republic, they don't care about that. They don't care about things that don't even matter. What really matter than the oil that Akeremuna? Akeremuna was crying. Can Belamoki not help Akeremuna as a senator, as he claimed, to investigate the oil that they are thieving? Glencore is stealing from that Limbe Sonara. Can Belamoki not help that? Their own is to flan xenophobic activities within Ambazonia. I'm very thankful with the youths of the Bakweri youths, and I heard that guy's audio. I was very, very impressed. He said that we are one people, right? We have intermarriages, we have all those things already. Then Belamoki is coming. The bazaar that have engulfed Limbe, they don't go and look at the bazaar there. The Bamileke that even man in Kumba and Victoria today, the richest people are Bamileke people. Belamoki don't care about those people. They don't care about those people, right? When you talk about northern zone or southern zone, Belamoki cannot think that these youths that are speaking today, these are back with the youths who are saying it. The youths want that the duo most effective immediately put an end to the negative comments labeled on the people of the Savannah state of Ambazonia. They warn the people that any division, any xenophobic act is not, they don't represent that. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Because when they allow this CPDM appointed senator and the appointed chief called Moja of Mbwasa village to come and control things that are happening within that, they should know that Ambazonia doesn't belong to them. Those two illiterate guys there, Belamoki and Moja. Ambazonia doesn't belong to them. So they should stop that xenophobic act that they are trying to do, that divide and rule tactics. They should stop it. We don't represent that. That's not part of us. Yes, they should stop that. When our parents left the house of Enugu and came and formed their government, Endeli of blessed memory was elected the president. Endeli formed his government. Very inclusive government. Did you hear back then they were talking of Norwest and Southwest? Or was there anything like this person is coming from this side, this person is not coming from this side? So Belamoki, you push to stop it. Because what you are trying to do is what La Republic, you are helping La Republic to achieve their goal. Okay? Because when you people went to the, I don't know what, Belamoki went to the national dialogue that they had, right? They failed national dialogue. And they fooled them that they're going to bring. This Belamoki is really crazy. Sometimes when I think of what these guys are doing, I'm just laughing. At your backyard, you say you are a senator. Your backyard is there. Glencore is coming to determine price of oil in your own eyes there. You cannot say anything. You cannot say anything. You are there instead looking at things that even does not even matter. How many tankers of oil leave Sonara to Douala? How many? You don't even have the voice to speak. You can talk of things that are not even important because you are being paid by La Republic. You can only be relevant when you start standing up for the people. Without that, you don't represent the people. You don't. The only senators that we can respect as those senators like Senator Kemende. Yes, Senator Kemende. He was killed. He stood up for the people. These parliamentarians and senators are just toothless bulldog. They can bark, but they cannot bite. They are toothless bulldog. Don't even listen to them. Belamoki was appointed by Biya. So anything he's doing in that place, I'm very thankful to the Bakwere youths who have disowned these illiterates. They have disowned them. And that is good lesson to any other so-called parliamentarians or these guys they call themselves whether what to. They are there in Yaoundé eating bobolo and beans and they have the guts to be complaining about their own thing. They don't even talk about things that matter. Only in Belamoki's backyard. Ask him where is the Tico airport that was there. Ask him if the Tico airport went to where. Ask Bela Moki. Ask him where is marketing board. Down Limbe there used to be marketing board, the biggest cocoa and coffee producing this in the whole of West Africa. Marketing board. Where is it today? Ask Bela Moki, where is PWD? People Works Department. That was building roads, constructing our roads in Southern Cameroon. It's gone. Now you only have the football. That's why when I see people still supporting that PWD thing, I just get mad. Because PWD was a road infrastructure constructing company. PWD wasn't a football team. They only formed that football team after. We had PWD of Kumba and PWD of Bamenda. But that team, even that team was built after the company. But now the company is gone, the teams are there. And people are supporting PWD Bamenda, PWD Kumba, PWD Bamenda. But the companies are not there. Bela Moki cannot ask about that. Let him ask about that in the parliament. If the following day they will not whoop his ass. Sorry to say that. Oh my God. Bela Moki is a mad dog, man. Let him question things that matters. That's when we know that he is a senator. You should stop talking about irrelevant things. All right? For you to tell, if you say you are a senator, Bela Moki, ask about things that matter. Our infrastructure. Down there in Limbes, where the seaport, they fool you in a Grand National Dialogue that they're gonna start building the Limbes seaport. Till today they have not even started anything. Yeah. These guys. The government keep fooling these people. I don't know if they believe the government, but that's their government. They'll go to something. They don't even focus on that matters. They focus on things that are not even matter. It does not matter. How is the people who are even coming? The strength of Ambazonia is the both human, financial, and all the resources. I'll tell you. Yeah, we allow the Bamilekes to come to all the. The Bamilekes entered Ambazonia when they had their issues there. The war in La Republique, the Makiza war. The UPC and all those people. But we allowed them. As they came in, they become very industrious. And we respect that. Instead of you talking of the people who came from La Republique, you are talking of our own people. Is that not crazy? La Republique has fool your mentality to think differently, because you don't even know that we have a common history, common everything. The people who are there are the foreigners, like the Bassa people who are occupying Sonara today, or the Ewondo who are in CDC. How about all the infrastructure there and all those things? You don't even talk about that. You talk about people who are these people. Anyway, I just want to thank those youths who came out and it was nice. Thank you guys, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for watching. We'll be coming on in the subsequent news, and thank you guys, and God bless all Ambazonians. All right. Thank you for watching.